Okay, I'm going to do this video. Some explaining what's coming and what's going on with this NESARA, which is the Jubilee. Okay? You've got a division, major division in the Christians, how they see everything playing out. Okay? How they see President Trump. Again, what his role is. And I've spoke about this many times, that they're blinding themselves to the goodness and to be able to see what's really going on, because their dogma of there must be an Antichrist, because this is what this says, it has to be an Antichrist. He has to be the Antichrist because he's doing okay. The Antichrist is not one person. It's not. Christ is a spirit. Okay, Christ. Jesus went from the earthly naming, okay, of Jesus to Jesus Christ. It's going from lower to higher, okay? Christ Jesus is when the higher brings down the lower, okay? So, it is a spirit. It's an Antichrist spirit, okay? Now, but there's got to be an Antichrist. So, what he's doing, that's the mark of the beast. Because if you do that, and you receive this NESARA, this gift, you know, of this money and all of this, then, because it's cashless, right? Right, because it's quantum, okay? 5. I mean, it is this, never mind, forget the 5 I just said, forget the 5, forget the 5, forget the 5. The quantum, okay? You understand, money was the god of this world. Money was the enemy, okay? I mean, money was the deceiver. Money was the, right? It's what kept everybody in chains. It's what kept everybody in their place. It's what kept everybody unstable, okay? Unstable. So it's the money, right? The debt, all that goes along with it is what has controlled the lives of the people. It really has. It's controlled their moods, their actions, what they've done, what they haven't done. Think about this. Money. Okay, now, this NESARA, and then it goes to GESARA, globally, I'm talking national here, but it's worldwide, because it takes away that cabal's charge over that enemy. You know what I mean? They have had control. They have had the keys to the chains. They are the ones who locked the chains. They are the ones that have controlled the money, where it comes from, who gets it, how much, what do you have to pay, what do you have to do, how much you have to work for it. They've controlled all of that, which kept everyone, the whole world, under this evil, you know, under this dark energy, under this dark debt. Okay, so this quantum that's going to go in effect, okay, it's cashless. It's spirit, so to speak, okay, because it's what it is. So it's removing this earthly enemy, okay? It's the Federal Reserve, right? It's not our friend, okay? It's this enemy, this false god that these cabal put into place, okay? Because we were so ignorant, right? We didn't know. And hence, think back when the days were, you know, farming. Some of you were farmers. But you know what? They were home with their families, right? They ate dinner with their family. They were home. They were on the land. Everybody came home to mom and dad. Everybody ate at the table. You know, it was bringing everybody home, right? They grew the food that they ate. And as you go up through time, you see how that all changed. That was not by accident, okay? They had to change the food that we ate. Remember, food, heavenly food, is the Word, okay? It's the Word. It's and the food here that we eat became tainted, okay? It started receiving additives, man-made poisons, man-made things to make us change, okay? To change our world, change our dynamics, change everything about us, change us, okay? So, this, moving into this quantum, is really going into this universal higher, okay? Higher. It's no longer a lower form of the earthly man, the earthly enemy, controlling the people, okay? Now, I've said this for years. The Bible is flipped. So, the mark, you can't buy yourself without that. Okay, it's not to us, it's not to us, it's not to us. It's to them, it's to the enemy, okay? It's to them. Because they will have no association with this new financial system. See, they totally controlled the other one, right? We couldn't buy ourselves. We didn't have their mark. We couldn't do anything without money, that we had to just work our tails off for, that destroyed families, destroyed lives. I mean, kept everybody under constant, duress, right? There was no freedom. Nobody was free. There was no freedom. So, this is why it's taken a while, because they had to wait till the arrests were done, because they were trying to cash into this new quantum system, trying to get their hands in it. No, I tell you, President Trump wasn't gonna let him, okay? Because he already knew. He already knew this was gonna happen, what they were gonna try to do. This is why this is coming now. So those arrests of those main worshipers, are those main originators, okay, and families of the Federal Reserve, the physical, okay, had to be removed, had to be arrested, because they can't buy or sell unless they're given, okay, something that allows them, because they'll never, it's because of who they were and what they did to us, the world, right? For how long? So unless they have something that allows them to buy or sell, they're screwed. It's them. It is not us. We've already had it, okay? We've already had it, because of how money has been used and how things have been set up. And if you have to know history. You have to know history. You have to understand the importance of specific events in time. you know, in this country and other countries, and how it all blends together. But this church division, you know, they're going to fight with each other because it's the church that's going through the wide gate, because they all believe the same thing. Your seeds are landing on dry soil, and that's your heart. Okay, you know that, right? Your heart. Okay, your heart, because it's not pliable, it's not been watered, you've not let any fresh water in to your heart. It's the soil is so hard because you have believed and sat in these churches and this teaching for so long, okay, that nothing is going to grow there. Nothing. So you have to have a pliable heart. You have to soften the soil so the seeds can take root. Okay? Now, you're going to see it. That's what it is. Are you going to see it? Because you're being led by man. You're not being led by God. You're being led by man. See? When the gold, everything's backed by gold now. They got all the physical gold. What that really represents is God being put back into the land. You understand that? God being allowed back. He represents the gold, you know. God is coming back into the hearts of men, okay, and back into the land. That's what that means. The enemy, there was nothing to back that paperless money, okay? You know, I mean, that paper money, you know? There was nothing to back that. It was poof, poof. And it kept everybody in fear, constantly fear. Everybody's fearful. I mean, we all do it. We've all been there, you know? We all are there today. But it doesn't have to be that way, because now God is back into the hearts of men. He's back into the land, okay? So what is coming is that true jubilee. So it's true earthly gifts. But it's how you see it, okay? How you see it. You know, it says it's not what you take in your mouth, but it's what comes out of it. It's what you spew out of it, okay? So very important, because right now, you know, the enemy knows it's the darkness, okay? It's the darkness, right? It knows it's done. What we have now, in this country especially, but worldwide, what we have is that last beam. It's like they've all come together, and you've got this one last beam of darkness shooting down. And it's shooting down everything dark that you could imagine and negative. But it's small. Okay, it's small. Make a circle. It's not big, it's small. It's just the news, the media, right, wants you to live in fear and wants you to think it's huge, you know, like it's everywhere. But it's not. It's that last final, you know, beam coming down. Stop living in fear, because it's already lost, okay? It's already lost. This is just your last bit of dross coming down from it. But it wants the shadow spread. You know, it still wants the shadow from that darkness to seep out and around, okay? Because still that holds that negativity and that fear for people. God's won. We've already won, okay? We've won. So stop going back into the world, because this is what you're doing. You're going back into the world, And then when there's not instant gratification and there's not instant answers, okay, you're going to jump to because you don't know, you don't have a solid placement. Your footing is not solid. So you're going to depending on what you hear, you're going to jump back over here. Then, oh, I'm going to jump back over here now. Okay, well, no, I'm on this side. Well, no, I'm on this side. Wait. Okay. You have to stop. You have to stop. You have to stop. Because you're being led by an enemy that's already lost. You're being led by fear. You're being led by darkness. You're being led. You're not going through the narrow gate, okay? See, you have to go to divine. You have to go to the higher teaching, higher hearing, higher sight, higher everything. Because that word in front of you is your level 1, okay? It's your level 1. And there's many levels. You have all the kingdoms of heaven in that Bible, okay? And you can't see them. You can't see them because you're not letting the seed take root in your heart, okay? To start that journey, you're not. It's the blooming of the tree. You're not doing it. It cannot grow. So, what you're speaking out, see, that's the enemy. This is the enemy. It's it's what you say. Is it light? Is it dark? Is it truth for the enemy? Is it truth for good? That's what it is. This is your enemy. It's your mouth. It's your mouth. So, there is you have to go higher now. You cannot, please, if you have a pastor, okay, that is telling you that this is going to happen, 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 this, blah, 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 okay. And it's like, oh, we're going to go through, stop right now. Walk away. Walk out and walk away. Walk away. Because one, either he does not have the higher truth, or two, he has it and he is not telling it. Because see, a lot of these pastors started out good, I have no doubt. But see, there comes a time, I mean, if you don't know the truth, and you're just still on level 1, and you're just teaching what generations upon generations have taught, that's all you know. They don't know higher, okay? But they don't know better, okay? But if you have one that does understand the higher, which, I'm sorry, but any pastors absolutely should, especially now, then they're not sharing it. Well, then they can't come up and say, hey guys, I was wrong. I know I've got a congregation of 10,000, 20,000. How many watch on TV? I don't know. But I was wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. We gotta go, this is wrong, okay? We have been taught wrong, and, whew, okay? See, it's the pride before, this is your pride before the fall. So, you stop and really look at who your teacher is, okay? Because God should be your teacher. The Father should be your teacher, personally. He should be your teacher. He should come from within, okay? Not outside, internally. But this darkness is almost done. It's almost out. It's just given its last coming. It's what it is. But you're believing it. You're believing it. It has no power, but you're believing it because you're believing what you're seeing on television without understanding what the media was made for. To distract. Everything from truth. Okay? So, what is you can have tribute and elation, or you can have tribulation. It's totally up to you. Revelation is the revealing. It's the truth being exposed. And this is exactly what's happening, okay? It's exactly what's happening here. As things go higher, but right now, on earth as it is in heaven. So all has to be exposed here before it is as in heaven, right? Right. And it's gonna, it's going to crush. It's going to be a crusher. Because, see, United States, it didn't have royals, right? No royal families, but it had idols. See, it made idols, and Hollywood was made to make the idols. Okay, and you got to understand the very beginnings of it, how it started, who started it, why. Of course, I did that. You know that I did that, but without understanding these patterns, these historical patterns and biblical patterns, and the truth of the beginnings, you know, the roots of them, you're totally, completely lost. You really are. And this is really just about learning. You have to learn. You have to learn, and that's okay, because everybody has to learn. You can, you know, memorize those scriptures, and you can throw them out there all day long. Don't matter, because you don't know it. You really don't know the words that are coming out of your mouth. Hence, it's the enemy talking, because you don't know the words coming out of your mouth. You know, you are mimicking. Baby birds, feed me. Regurgitated word, regurgitated. Mama birds pull up what they've chewed, swallowed, and they put them in the baby's mouth. Little baby birds sitting in church, they just want a full stomach, but they don't stay full very long, do they? Nope, they don't. That's what it is. This is what it is. This is a whole nother time, guys. This is a different ball game. Okay, you have to put the time in. Why do you think all this has happened? He's given a rest. You understand? This is called a rest. He's given people a rest to find the truth. To find the truth. It's a total division, totally division of the sheeps and the goats, completely. You know, sheeps and goats. What have you been doing? You know, are you listening to these lies of the world? Now, we all know that money is the god of the world. You know, in that lower. So, and how the others, how the rich, you know, how they got it is completely different than how you think. Okay, and how they kept it is completely different than how you think. All right, it just is beyond me. It's beyond me how people can think that every single thing we ever have known, I mean, it's completely false, but it's all been tainted. But yet you're going to believe that the most important thing, right, the Word of God, that hasn't been touched. It has. It has. It's had a shadow on it. Okay? Now you have to let the light shine. It has to be illuminated. You know, there has to be illumination on it. Nation, you know, saying illumination. This is it. This is it. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. People are, you know, there are people who are having dreams and visions, and pastors that people are listening to, okay? But you understand, what are they hearing? What are they seeing? How are they interpreting? Where's their discernment coming from? Is it an earthly discernment, a lower earthly discernment, or is it from the high divine discernment? See? Because I will tell you, the church is going to be in trouble. The church is going to be in trouble. And their word is not going to be heard anymore. Okay? Once all this goes through, the churches are going to be in trouble. Okay? Because this is talking about the earthly church. Because the divine heavenly is coming in. Okay? Which is opposite the earthly. So, if you've heard about, you know, President Trump telling the churches, well, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. You know, it's true. It's absolutely true. Because they have been teaching not the higher divine. Okay? It is a lower from man. And so they are all going to be in trouble. And plus, you have to understand that once you're getting that 501c, they're part of it. All the big mega churches are part of it. And yeah, everybody has loved them, or everybody's watched them, and everybody's given it to them. But if you continue to do that after you know the truth, oh, what is it going to take for you? Really, what's it going to take? You know, what's it going to take? They're in big trouble. They are in big trouble. But it's how you discern what you're hearing and how you understand it, okay? Because if you understand it just on this one level, you're just, whew, you have got to be exhausted. You really, truly have got to be exhausted. You know, I'm just exhausted trying to explain it to people. I don't even know why I keep trying. I don't know why I keep even trying. But I do. But this next phase is really it. It decides the hearts of gold. Remember, those who have the heart of gold, the pure of heart, it's going to decide the pure of heart. Those who have the pure heart shall see the face of God. Okay, that's this next phase. It's this next phase coming. It's up to you. It's up to you whether you know or not. Okay? It really, really is. What you take in, you have to stop. You have to stop. You know, it's your time of wrestling, really. It's your wrestling with the Lord. It's your wrestling. Okay? Because you're wrestling for the truth, is what you're doing. You're wrestling for that truth. The higher divine truth. And so you're going to wrestle. But when you're done wrestling, you get blessed. See? Okay. Love you. See you soon.